Come on, mate, play something, you know, will you? Play something else. Keep playing the same thing. Come on, seriously, Freebird! Freebird! Hi there, my name's Aaron Short. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today is Monday, January the 31st, the last day of January. It's been a long month, hasn't it? And we have some big news today and a lot of great things to talk about. And I'm not sure what's up with Maury. He was a bit repetitive there with his playing, wasn't he? Let's bring him on and see what's up with that. How you doing, Maury?
What's up, Aaron? How are you?
Also, the very nice D45 Mon Deluxe has turned into a lowly aged OM28V. What happened? What's the story with that?
I changed my pants too, but thanks for noticing. It's a secret.
I prefer the other pants.
I do too.
No, please fill us in. Why were you playing that guitar there? What's happened today?
Well, what happened was I was able to get some guitars on loan from Martin Guitar for a very, 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 very errant short time. And I thought, while I have them in my possession, I'll do some videos. And while I'm doing my videos, I'll do a video for today's show so we could talk about a very new, exciting model without my being able to have it live for this opportunity on a Monday. So I kind of planned ahead a little bit for the first time in my 50-odd years of existence. And I'm a little proud of myself, if I'm telling the truth.
So you got a bunch of guitars. I see you did the SC13s, the special editions. And then you went and got the Mon Deluxes as well, and you made videos of everything, right?
Yep.
And we have another clip coming up later on, and you also have all the videos on your YouTube channel, correct?
That's correct. Thank you.
Just clarifying here. So please do tell us then, what's new? I mean, I heard about these a few weeks ago. They leaked a few weeks ago, but I didn't hear about all the models. So what are the new models, and what makes them different?
Well, now I'm allowed to tell you what they are because it's January 31st. The Modern Deluxe series got 7 editions, and it's very exciting. It's originally the Modern Deluxes. There were a Dreadnought Rosewood, Dreadnought Mahogany, and there was an OM, and there was a Triple O. Now the line got a lot more expanded. There's a Triple O 42, a D45, D42, an O18 12 fret. I'm sorry, O28 12 fret, a double O 28 12 fret, and a double O 28 14 fret. So the basic Modern Deluxe idea that was kind of exclusive to 2 different sizes back then, it just really got expanded, and they came out with 7 all at the same time. These guitars could have been out a little bit earlier if not for certain things that have happened in our world, but they're finally here. And I didn't get to spend a lot of time with them, but I made the most of it, and I have my favorites, and we can talk about that as the show progresses, but it's really good stuff. Really, really well done.
Okay, and none of these have the pickup though, right? These are straight acoustics?
That's correct. The brand new 7 models are only acoustic.
Okay, awesome. I'm just sharing this right now on my social media, on Facebook. If you're watching, please do share this on social media as well. I really would appreciate it. Invite your friends along, whether they play guitar or not. I guess it's better if they play the guitar, but they don't have to. So, before we begin, I want to say welcome everyone here. We've got 30 people here on my side here, and I just want to say, here's the thing, Maury. Is that the big announcement? It says at the top here, we have a big announcement. And you just said there's 7 new Modern Deluxe guitars announced and released, or announced today. Is that our announcement?
No.
Wow. So that isn't even the big announcement. That announcement is nothing compared to what we're going to announce today. That's very, very small. And I hope you like the choice of words I chose for the title of this week's episode. They're a play on words from the SC guitars that released the other week. Something big is coming. I didn't want to take that exactly, so I just said, we have a big announcement. Something big is happening. The word big is now going to be in the vocabulary all the time. And we're going to reveal that probably about halfway through the show. And then we're going to go into some detail with that because we need your help with this as well. It's a big project and we want your input into it as well in the chat. So don't go anywhere, stick around. It's going to be really exciting and you can help us plan out what's going to happen with this too. So do stick around. And I'm going to invite you in the chat to guess what it is. Let's see if anyone can guess what our big announcement is today on the show. Go ahead and put your guesses. We won't reveal until we reveal what it is later on, but go ahead and guess. And if everyone gets it right, I'll give them a sniff of the Soundhole Sniffer mug, like this. That was actually a real sniff, not even a sound effect. Let me do that again. And if you want to support what I'm doing here with the channel, please go and buy a Soundhole Sniffer mug or t-shirt or sticker. Come on, there we go. The link is in the description of all my videos on the channel. Maury has one too. And they say if you have a Soundhole Sniffer mug, you're 5% cooler than you already are. That's based on research. And of course, the most important thing with those Modern Deluxe is the D45 Modern Deluxe. Now, I do hope you sniff that sound hole before you took that back to the factory, Maury. Because that's one expensive sound hole.
That's what I did the most. I really, I probably did videos for an hour and a half, and I just put my nose in everything else the rest of the time.
I was going to make a review where I just do that. Hi, my name is Aaron Short, and welcome to Media Channel. Today I'm reviewing a custom shop Engelmann OM28 from Maury's Music, one of the best guitars I've ever played. Fantastic. Go buy one. I'll see you next time. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell. Maybe I'll do that April 1st or something. We'll see.
You should.
So yeah, I'm just going to post this over here. I just did it on my Facebook page there. And I'm going to throw it in the Martin Guitar group as well. Just one of them. I don't like to spam all the groups all the time. I just do it some of the time. So no one's complained yet. And I think they'll like what's coming up too. So they should get involved. All right, awesome. Now, did you see? I did several videos last week, Maury. I did a lot of Martin videos. Did you see? I guess you were busy making videos yourself. But I'm just reading the comments and they're cracking me up with their guesses. Old says, I'll read all your comments in a second. Old says, you said a backpacker Modern Deluxe. I mean, how mean would it be if that's what we announced today? That'd be pretty mean. We got 39 people here now. Everyone's like chomping at the bit here with what they're going to announce today. This is so exciting. And I do want to say this isn't a joke. I am really, really, really excited. This is going to be one of the best things we've ever done. So, and I made several videos just to recap in case you missed them. I finally got around to comparing the OMJM with the OM28 Engelmann, both guitars from Maury's Music. Thank you, Maury. And I was really... The story with that is when I heard you compare them on your show, I really heard a difference with the custom. That's why I wanted to buy that one. And then as soon as I played it, I noticed it here as well. And then when I made the video, I noticed it as well. And the only difference I can really tell between those guitars is the neck joint. In the video, I actually forgot to mention that the bracing is slightly different as well, isn't it? The size of the bracing is different. But I believe you said to me before that that's because of the neck. If you have the simple dovetail, you have different bracing. Is that correct? Or am I wrong?
I'd have to revisit exactly what I was saying. I know certain guitars from before the simple dovetail times with Mortis and Tenon, those guitars had a different bracing pattern because of the way the bracing would have bumped into the you couldn't take dovetail bracing and put it on a guitar that isn't a dovetail instrument where they would fit together. I don't remember if the simple dovetail is exactly that problem, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's slightly different. And I did finally watch that video at like 20 after 3, and I was very impressed, very surprised at the difference. I appreciate the shout outs, and I mean, I did a comparison video too, so I shouldn't have been surprised, but I don't want to give too much away if some other people in the chat haven't seen it yet, but I was a little surprised how different they were.
No, I heard it in your video, and I heard it in my video, and I hear it in the room. And obviously, a custom shop it's more expensive. It's a different animal. But I do wish they kind of had that bracing in the OMJM, which would have kind of kept the OM28JM alive, but also would make it much less valuable now, I presume, because those guitars are so sought after, and I still look for them these days. I never see them come up at all. And I bet if you had one now well, I don't even want to think about it. If you had one now in mint condition, probably. So a guy actually, I won't name any names, but someone I don't know sent me a message after that video. He's like, I'll give you this amount for that guitar. It was a lot of money. And I was like, oh, I was like, dude, I really like this guitar. I wanted another one like this for so long. And, you know, Maury got this one. I like this one. And I was thinking about it. And he said, oh yeah, I've been looking for that guitar for 10 years. I said, oh no. I said, no, the guitar in the video isn't the original OM28JM. I said, that's a custom shop from Maury's Music. You know, and I might just get one of them. You know, I'm not being funny.
Yeah.
But I'm also friends with a group on Facebook where they're owners of that original guitar. This thing is really a cult, you know. And I said to the guy in there, like, he said he really enjoyed the comparison. I said, maybe one day I can compare the original to my custom shop. And he said, where do you live? Like, maybe he knows someone that owns one. So, unless it's the guy I sold mine to, if I go to his house, and I'm not going to do that because I'll be too angry. I'll be too like, unless I prefer mine, Maury, and then I'll be really happy. This is great. Good old comparisons, eh? Let's go to the chat. Let's go to the chat and see what they're saying our big announcement is. Kooky, how you doing? Aura HD on standards. No Aura HD, Kooky. You know, I joke about that. I don't want that. Oh no, sorry, you Aura HD, not Aura F1. Yes, okay. Aura HD on standards. Well, I think that's going to come. Spoon Phillips keeps hinting at that when he's on here. So I think we're going to get Aura HD on standards. And I think we're going to get a dedicated Aura HD pedal at some point next year or two as well. And then there'll be lots of videos coming from me. David Belcher, good afternoon, Aaron and Maury, and everyone in the chat. Good to see you, David. And Kooky says, a large saddle height to prevent neck resets. Kooky, you're obsessed with these large saddles.
Aww.
Just buy some, like Maury sells blanks. Just get some large saddles. Just get them. What's going on with that? Or get the SC, then you haven't got to worry about the neck reset, right? Because you can do it yourself. Muddy Creek Critters is here from Southern Ohio. Good to see you. Patsy Smith says, it's a good crowd tonight. Yeah, we're at 43. It's the most we've ever had. I hope our announcement lives up to expectations, but I tell you what, it will. It will. It absolutely will.
I hope
Mark
it's real.
Henry. Wow. How stupid will I look if it wasn't? Mark Henry says, good afternoon. Oh, no, now you got me thinking. Am I? Did I imagine our big announcement? Oh dear, I'm going to upset a lot of people. Mark Henry says, good afternoon, David. Lisa says, hi everyone in San Mateo, CA. Nice. Kooky says, hi to everyone. S. Willer says, good afternoon to you, David, Maury, Aaron, and everybody. I said, we are restreaming. Please make sure you subscribe to both Aaron Short Music and Maury's Music on YouTube because we're on both channels today. So make sure you subscribe to both of our channels for all the good content you can get. Old says, hi all, sunny day in upstate New York. Lucky you. Still got a load of snow here. David Belcher says, hi again. S. Willer says, that D45 is a powerhouse. It ought to be, right?
Yeah.
I'm relieved it is. Oh, W30 says, I love the headstock. I noticed that. I like the headstock on that guitar as well. I believe that's the old-fashioned headstock, isn't it? It's really, really classy, Maury. Tell us more about that headstock.
Oh, I should have sent you pictures. It's really, really pretty. I should try to find some.
Well, I can jump over to the website, actually. I think Martin have them on their site right now. Let me see if I can see that.
It's worth looking. It really, really is nice.
Yes, I've got one right here. Let me just make sure I switch to the right scene so I don't give our thing away. Okay, desktop. Are we both there? Yes. Love the headstock. There's the headstock. That is absolutely stunning. So that is an old... I've never seen this before. That's an old-fashioned Martin headstock logo, but done in a more fancy way, right? Obviously.
Yep, really, really, really old. It's a very, very far throwback.
And it has the outline around the headstock as well, which I'm a fan of. That's from the John Mayer guitar too. Yeah, very decorative. So when we talk about the the HD28 and the D28 Modern Deluxe, would you say it's comparable between the D45 and the D45 Modern Deluxe? Is that a similar thing that they've done, or are there any extra bells and whistles on these guitars?
No, you're pretty correct in what you said the first time. It really is the modern deluxe VTS treatment. It's the carbon fiber bridge plate. It's the protein glue on the Adirondack braces. It's the same turbo boost that you get going from any standard series to the modern deluxe that it's based off of. It's just that you're starting with a D45, so it's a little funny to. I really think when you take something like a 00028 and go to the 00028 modern deluxe, it's like, wow, what a difference. And the 00028 is a good starting model. When you start with something like the D45, like the top of the ladder, and you want to jump past that, it stuck with me for a few minutes while I was making the video and looking at and taking pictures. This is a D45, but way better than a D45, and I think the D45 is something I've grown up thinking is like the best thing. So to have the supercharged version of something that's supercharged alone, it isn't literally any different from the jump going from the 00028 to the modern deluxe, but just because of what you start from, it just really, I was beside myself for a little bit doing the video. That video took a little bit longer, not because I was playing it longer, but I was just like, this is the D45 modern deluxe I have. It was really neat to have that in my hands. I hope we get more than a couple, and I should never say I hope they stay here a long time, because that doesn't make any sense in sales. But I sort of do hope when the first one comes in, it's not just come and go out, you know.
Well, I didn't do a reaction to these. I'm not the biggest fan of the Modern Deluxe line, as you know. I think it's interesting that they're expanding. I think it's good they're expanding it for people that like these guitars. But obviously the thing with the D45 is the price. I mean, for that price, I personally would rather get an authentic, but that's just me. So, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how they sell and who buys one, and if any of our friends in the chat buy one. I'd love to know about it, of course. But, I mean, do you know how many they're even going to make of these? Like, being that kind of premium instrument. Remember the D45 Aura F1, they didn't make that many. So are they going to make less of these, do you think, than the 42s?
I'm sure that is the case, but I don't think it's a predetermined amount. I think they're going to expect less dealer orders, and if the dealer orders, surpass the amount of some other guitar, I don't think they're going to tell anybody no. But this is going to take a long time to make these. I don't think there's a cutoff or a predetermined idea that they're only going to make 50 or 70. It's not one of those things where they're setting the limit low as a, to keep them scarce or anything like that. But that's a very good point you brought up a minute ago. Putting this kind of money into a Martin, you could give away some of the Pearl and get into an authentic herringbone. That's a really good question for our friends in the chat too. If you're going to spend this kind of money, do you want to get the top of the line Modern Deluxe or the understated, version in authentic? Especially those of you guys who like herringbone and the understated look better anyway. That's as a customer, that'd be an interesting shopping question. Where would you put all that money? Which series? Yeah.
Tell us in the chat. First of all, quick disclaimer. Once again, I always say this. I haven't played them, and until I strum an open E chord on a guitar, I don't want to give my opinion fully, because I might play that E chord and be so in love with that instrument, I just have to have it no matter what, and I'll sell 3 guitars to get it. So I have to say that. So I'm just talking about my reaction. I like the D18 I reviewed for you a long time ago, Maury. I like that guitar. I prefer the neck on the standard series, and I'm looking at the prices of these going up to that kind of price. Like the D42 is around 7,000. Personally, I would opt for the authentic, bearing in mind I then have the opposite problem of the neck that's a bit bigger than I like to have. But I like the idea of the authentic and the Addy top and the back and sides being different to these. I personally would rather go that route, because I'm all about the history and the real vintage stuff. I want a piece of that. But if you have one of those, what else do you get? Maybe one of these, right? I don't know. But no idea. Okay, why don't we ask the chat? Because the chat are we're customers, they're customers, they're the ones that are looking at these. If you're in the chat, are you considering buying one of these guitars? That's the question, right, Maury? Based on what you've seen and heard?
Especially anybody in the chat who already owns a standard series variant. If you own a D45, does the D45 Modern Deluxe appeal to you, and vice versa?
Yeah. I think like for the D45, someone would want to investigate that very seriously and watch your videos and That's definitely a big purchase. But you've also got the D42, and you've also still got the D28. And don't forget, the D28 still has the scallop bracing, so that is still going to be similar to the D42 for less money. But you don't get the obviously the abalone, which I do like around the sound hole, as you know, as I keep talking about in my videos. You got the slotted headstock one as well. Where's that gone here? So D42, 00042, D45, 01228. There we go. Is that the slotted headstock? Yeah.
There's an O and there's a double O, yeah.
Yeah. So you played all of them, right?
I played all of them except the 00018.
Oh, that's an interesting guitar. I think that will sell because it's more affordable, and there's a lot of fans of 00018s. So I think that's going to sell well myself. I don't like talking about money, Maury, because it's all relative, right? And we spend money on what we want. Yeah, like I said, for me, if I was going to spend around 10,000, I would rather get an authentic aged. But that's simply because I'm in that headspace as well. That's the guitar I'm looking at. If you're not looking for one of those, then these might interest you. Let's throw it to the chat. Are you interested in these guitars? Do you like? I know they're announced today, but do you own a Modern Deluxe? And also, are you interested in picking up one of these Modern Deluxes? What do you think of the announcement? I'll throw it to the crowd. And then Kuki says, "Lucky, this is gorgeous." Well, I can't deny that. That guitar has the perfect amount of bling. Oh, we got fans here of this guitar. So, who knows? When are these coming in? When are you getting a D45 Modern Deluxe in stock, Maury?
We're still waiting on the ETAs. It's a moving target at Martin, and it's a little bit too early to tell when they're all going to be coming through and which dealers are where in line. But as soon as they were announced to us back channel, we got in the early adoption idea. We didn't wait around at all to tell our rep that we want these guitars. So we're definitely going to be near the first side of the starting line. We're not waiting around to see what they do. We're all in to get them as fast as we can.
Of course, we definitely want to hear a comparison of the D28 Modern Deluxe versus the D45 Modern Deluxe. That would be really cool.
Yep.
Lisa says they're both stunning. Jim says goodbye January and hello February. Matthew Carver says coffee is poured. Hello Aaron and Maury and everyone in the chat. Looking forward to the next 2 hours. Awesome. JC. Oh wait, JC are you the CEO of Gibson Guitars? Hi. I'm very excited about this expansion. No, I guess not. I'm very excited about this expansion of the Modern Deluxe line. Those 40s look so good. Okay, I mean, everyone's clearly more excited than I am. I guess my headspace is somewhere else right now. That's fine. Chalarism says, greetings on this day after the 53rd anniversary of the Beatles. Let it be rooftop concert. That's right. 53 years ago today was that rooftop concert. Maury, how was that?
Shut up.
Do you know that rooftop is no longer there? They built up 2 more floors on that building and got rid of the rooftop. Yeah, can you believe that? Why?
Well,
why would you do that?
The rooftop's just higher now. It's still there.
That original rooftop where they did that concert is not there anymore. And you know the weird thing with the Beatles is the Cavern Club is next door to the original Cavern Club. They rebuilt it brick by brick with the same bricks, but next door.
Really?
And the Abbey Road crossing from the front of the album is not in the original location. They moved it up the road. All the original Beatles stuff has been ruined by the British councils. Terrible. Let me come back over here. Chaz is here. I can see a Chazza. Kuki says no 18. There is 00018. Oh, but Maury didn't play one yet. Alex says, pretty surprising they actually brought back an 028 12 fret and 0028 12 fret. Haven't seen one of those in the lineup since the 0028 BS. Yeah, I'm very unfamiliar with this model altogether. I had to even think how to say it. So it is interesting. Yeah, I wonder why they chose these models for these editions. And I wonder if they're going to add a pickup version to these. Imagine a D45E with Aura HD. I mean, that's very niche, I think, that market. But, I mean, who knows? The other ones have the pickup, right? Rosanna's here. Good to see you, Rosanna. Jack says, I really want the 0012 28 Mon Deluxe, but I don't need a new guitar. What? Get out of here. Don't need a new guitar.
Everybody needs a new guitar, Jack. Don't be talking like that.
Why
I
are you
don't
here
need
if you don't
that
need a
negativity
new
in my
guitar?
life.
Hello, everyone in the chat, says Rosanna. Scott's in Florida. How you doing, Scott? Lisa says, I'm not sure what that reaction is to. 18 big. 18 big what? Oh, you're guessing about what we announced. I forgot about our announcement already. Something big. An 0000028. No.
Yeah,
The big
6.28.
SC28. Sorry, Beamer. I think you'll be waiting until 2023 for that. I got a feeling. Just guessing. Muddy Creek Critters. You and Maury go into business together. That would be terrible because I would just sit around comparing guitars all day and he'd say, Aaron, did you ship those 5 D45 Mon Deluxes yesterday? Because I'm going on vacation next week. And I would say, well, I was on Instagram, so they're still, they didn't ship and they want their money back. That's what would happen if I went to business.
You wouldn't like what this job really is at all.
You mean you don't just sit there playing guitar all day and drinking whiskey? You mean you actually ship guitars and drive around and pick guitars and do paperwork and things like that?
I always tell people if you want to be in the music retail business, you better love emails.
Wow.
That's all it is.
Lee says, I think
All
it's
day.
Maury has a new cat. Actually, that would be the best. That would be the best
Aw.
thing.
I wish.
Aaron is buying a new backpacker guitar. No, a friend of ours offered to send me one a few months ago. I never got it. So I was really disappointed. Like, all I want in life is a backpacker. A Martin backpacker. That's all I ever needed. I really need
remember
one.
he told you that. He's on the list. He's on my list too.
Oh, Dan's got the best one. Maury's retiring. How did you know? That's right. He's retiring and handing the business to me. And I think it'd be a terrible move to rename it to Aaron's Music and lose all those years of dedication and trade that he's built up. So here's a big announcement. I am changing my name to Maury. Maury Short here at Maury's Music.
Don't do it.
I hope they know I'm kidding here. Alex, Aaron Short Music and Maury's Music are merging to form Maury's Handheld Cipher merch store and guitar emporium. Mark Henry, the big announcement is we are going to start the GoFundMe for Mark's 001228. Oh, you're half right, Mark. It's actually, you're right about the GoFundMe, but that's for Aaron's D45. Sorry, or Authentic, sorry. Matthew Carver, my guess is Aaron and Maury in business together. I mean, this would be terrible. I mean, this is as close as we get doing these live streams together. We're keeping the business separate because then, you know, it all goes wrong at that point, right, Maury?
Yep, that's right.
I'll be a shill. I won't be a subjective third party anymore, which is what I am now. I'll be a shill. Hi, I think you all watching should watch my finger. I want to buy the D45 Modern Deluxe. I want to buy from Maury's Music. Backpacker Modern Deluxe. Oh, you got it. Backpacker. No, just kidding. Why would they do something crazy like that? Aaron and Maury producing an album. That's a good one, actually. I like this. We might get some ideas for other future announcements. Perhaps we will make an album at some point, yeah. Alex says, I would like to see a Backpacker 45. Seriously, Alex, would you buy one? What if it was like 6,000? Would you buy it then? Come on, be honest.
How could it be?
Dan's only kidding. because they only make one, Maury, so that will be 6,000. Kooky says, Martin is making a guitar with Aaron and Maury faces painted on the top. That actually could be the announcement, couldn't it? From Robert Getzel. But no, sadly not. Gary is baited by the headline. This is great. We've got over 40 people here. I think every week we need a big announcement, Maury. Then we'll get more people in the chat. Yeah. Rosin says, hi all. Gotta love the snowflake, says Scott. Inlays on the D45 Mon Deluxe. Yeah, I mean, you don't really get much higher than that, do you? I mean, there is a D100, isn't there? But a D45 Mon Deluxe. Unless they ever do a D45 Mon Deluxe special. I'm just having a dig at the SCs. You are designing a custom guitar together. At one point, I'd like to do that, Rosanna. Olds says LOL. I'm sorry. Olds is laughing at Alex. Jack says they are going to get guitar lessons from Angela Petrilli. That'd be a great announcement, wouldn't it? Angela's
cool.
great, and we definitely need lessons. Maury is Diesel King. Maury's selling Gibson guitars. Hey. No. Lee, I've got it. You're making an album of viewers' comments. Yeah. And that's actually a great idea. That's actually a great idea. They borrowed a vintage Martin from Norm. No. Maury is giving up his Martin franchise and selling Taylor guitars. Oh, how did he get that? How did he get that? Jack Wickwire, I was thinking this is quite. I love it. I just did this the whole show. I was thinking the same thing along those lines, but something more down to earth, like live YouTube lessons. Jim, I'm doing that. So I also went live with that guitar, Maury, from the video, the two OMs that I did the video on Sunday. As I finished the video, I thought, I'll just go live with them on Facebook so I can do like a live comparison. I guess that's what you do. And then I used Restream, but it didn't connect to Facebook, so it only went onto YouTube. So I did the comparison, and I really enjoyed it. I'm absolutely loving the Apple M1 computer. I was able to turn off the noise gate. There was no noise when I was playing the guitar. I even sang with the two mics like you do, and there was no fan noise coming through. I really had a good time. And then I started to show like some ideas. It was very casual. And then I said, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go live on Saturday at 1 o'clock and do an actual guitar lesson. So I'm going to try the first one this Saturday, 1 p.m. EST. Oh, cool. So I'm going to start with a really simple song. I'm going to start with like a 2-chord song. I haven't completely decided yet. And then I'm going to show how to play those chords for a beginner, because we've got some beginners that are in the chat these days. Like, I can't think now. Lewis is a beginner. So show him the open chords and the real basics, and then show like what I would do with that if I played it at a gig for people that have got the basics down. And I might look, and I'm also thinking, I'll see how it goes, but I got some plans for that too. I might try to get some people on board with that, like a sponsored thing as well. So that's more, and actually, Angela does that too with Fishman. So I'm doing something similar to that. But I'm going to make it a bit more about the chat as well. So ask me a question, can you show this? What would you do with this? Like that kind of thing. So yeah, that's a new thing starting Saturdays at 1 p.m. EST. Dan of New Jersey says, I'm probably not right on that guess either. No one's right so far. Aaron reached a YouTube milestone. No, I'm pretty happy though. This month I've actually hit about 600 subscribers in a month. I'm really happy about that. Things are going well.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, so it seems like a snowball. And I also think the more videos you make, the more subscribers and views you get. So I'm just trying to make a video like as often as I can now.
That's cool.
Yeah, so thanks everyone for subscribing and supporting the channel. I've had some great comments lately. I've had people buy me coffees and things, and that's all going to go into future videos. So thank you. G Tedeschi says, hello from Blizzard Battered, New York. I've been saving for the D18 Mon Deluxe. I may have to rethink that with the new ones. Aha. That's interesting. Maury is the new CEO of Martin Guitar.
Probably not.
I think I should be. Gary says, I hope it's something I can afford. That's so. Oh, you can afford our announcement? Yes, I'll give you a clue. I'll start giving clues because we'll announce it very soon. Yes, you'll be able to afford it. Old says, maybe a signature Willie Nelson with vintage worn out top. They could never age a top like Willie Nelson aged a trigger. They just couldn't do it. I'll give him a challenge. Collins, come on, Colin. He says, get on with the announcement. Come on. Let's milk it. It's the big for us. Keith Bates, so glad to see them expanding the model. Okay. Oh, everyone's clearly fans of the Mod Deluxes here. Aaron has given away the OMJM. You think I'm crazy, Cookie? Because the Dovetail one said, well, okay, the Dovetail one does sound noticeably better to me. I really believe that, but I'm not giving that guitar away. BMO says the big announcement is a CEO SC28. That would be big. That would be huge. Mark Johnson, hi Aaron and Maury, and all in the chat getting ready to unbox my OM28 custom Addy from Maury's Music. That's great. So Mark, please, I have no viewers comment again. Can you please take some pictures of you holding the guitar or playing the guitar and send them to me so I can put them on next week's show? That'd be fantastic. The address is sayhi@aaronshortmusic.com.
Thank you, Mark.
Wait. Sayhi@aaronshortmusic.com. There it is. I want pictures and videos of that guitar. I like those customs. I guess this one I got from you is my first actual custom shop guitar, Maury. It was a good experience. I always say I'm very nervous to design and order one myself. And I'm glad that you got that in. I guess Mark did the same, right? You had it in and he bought that from you. He didn't order it himself, right? That's a great way to do it. So keep ordering those customs, Maury, because that's a great way to do it, because the customer gets to actually see it, watch the videos, and then buy it right away without having to order it and wait the 8 months, which is great too. It's a different kind of excitement. But for me, that was a great way to get into it. And that, I guess I'd feel better now about actually ordering one myself, now that I've actually had one and played it as well. So it's a good way to break the ice with the old custom shops.
Thank you both. Thank you.
Keith says, it's in South Carolina. Alex says, to make a Willie Nelson signature, just buy an old N20 and shoot it with a shotgun at distance. It's a bit aggressive. Lisa says, look at the price. Well, Lisa, that was my first thought. But the thing is, I actually thought it was going to be more expensive, because a D45 is around 9,500 and the Mon Deluxe is about 1,000 more. So it's actually, am I right, Maury? It's not that much more expensive for the Mon Deluxe. Am I right or wrong?
Relatively speaking, it's they're closer than some people think.
Yeah, I was thinking when I saw Modern Deluxe, my first thought was 12, 13, 14, 15,000. So I don't think the price is that bad compared to the D45. But I agree, Lisa, for that price you could buy, 100 backpackers. So you've got to make that choice, what's important to you. But this is a fact. The D45 has always been this very high, I'm not knocking it. Like, if you can afford it, then great. But I like the fact with Martin that if you get the 42 Mon Deluxe, you're still getting a very similar guitar. You're just not getting the look. So it really, and I like the way they've done that now with the standards as well. So did you see my point at the end of my video about the custom shop guitar, Maury? I just realized that. I feel like the original OM28JM, when they released it, was very different to the current guitars they had on offer, and it really stood out. But if you compare those specs to a modern day OM42, it's not far out. Apart from the Engelmann, it's not far out of a guitar. So my advice to people looking for that guitar, like the guy who wanted to buy mine, I'd be like, well, just buy an OM42, and then you've got a guitar you get right away, brand new, very easy to resell, probably got up in value over the years, and it's basically the same guitar. It's just not an Engelmann top. So
good point.
But sometimes people want the exclusive stuff, they want the real high-end stuff, they want the rare stuff, and that's what that guitar is all about. Looks like the same torch style as the OM45 Deluxe from 1933 they have in the museum. I'm a bit surprised they didn't do an OM45 Modern Deluxe. Yeah, me too. There's no OMs, right? Oh, there's no M42 Modern Deluxe or not?
The original, there's an OM28, but there's no current OM42.
That surprises me.
Yeah.
Vic G, how you doing? See, Kuki says, for that price, I would buy a second-hand mid-60s Brazilian D2. No, you wouldn't. They're 30,000 now, aren't they? Or is that the 38s, like the golden era ones? Yeah, I don't know if you'd get. Well, yeah, I know you're going with that, Kuki, but I guess it's the argument, isn't it? Do you want a brand new guitar, or do you want to go the used route? You can say about any kind of guitar. For Maury, some people reported having truss rod problems with the Erden Mon Deluxe models. Did you hear about it? Was it solved? I was one of them. I played one of the very first Mon Deluxes that came out when they the first week they announced them, or at NAMM. The truss rod in mine would vibrate. I noticed. So I never actually asked Martin about that. Maury, have you got any information on that you've heard?
We did see some of those problems, and we figured out, I'm not sure if it's really the right way to do it. It was just a matter of you had to get the truss rod tool in there, the wrench, and just inch it just a little bit one way or the other. Like sometimes it would just sit. The perfect place would be a little bit too loose, and just giving it a tap either way, you're not moving the neck at all. I know that's not the way they should be, but that was the remedy that we saw early on, and it hasn't really happened shortly after that the original issue. I haven't heard anything since, but that was the, if anything would come up like that, you just want to move the truss rod from being slack, just to give it some friction.
I noticed it went away. I also know since I had that experience, they've changed the material of the truss rod anyway. So,
right.
There
you go.
And the other thing I want to say is if you buy a Modern Deluxe guitar, make sure you get the new wrench as well, because otherwise you'll receive the guitar and won't be able to adjust the truss rod because it's a different size, right? They went from a 5 to a 4. And that would be very disappointing if the guitar showed up and it wouldn't fit. Maury has both. I really like the ones with the big blue handle on them. I really struggle with those ones, Maury. Like yeah. Maybe you don't, but I really struggle with those ones. And I got the one with the big blue handle on it, and it's really, it goes like butter. I think they're made by Cruise Tools or Grove Tools. Cruise.
Oh yeah,
the blue one. I love that thing.
we have them.
You have them? I highly recommend everyone gets one. Because I got the basic one from the Martin gift shop or whatever, and I swear there was times I couldn't even do it. I'm like, is this broken? And I got the blue one,
really?
and it just, I actually had real problems, and I don't know why. And then I got the blue one, and just every time, perfect. I swear by those; they're great. Red Storm says D28 authentic 1937 dreams are made of. I know. I'm looking for one. I'm looking for a used one, or I might save up and get a new one. And I think by the end of the year, I'd like to have one of those. Mark Henry says, as much as I love the binding on a Mon Deluxe, I would also go with the authentic instead. Okay. Disclaimer though, I haven't played them back to back. I might change my mind. There's something about those authentics that really gets to me. Old W30 says, the names of the 12 fret MDS baffle me. Almost sound like a 12 series. Why not? All that money for a 12 series? Seriously? Why not 0028 SL MD? And O28 SL MD. I agree. Yeah. Oh well. David says it's a nice looking and sounding guitar, but for the same money, I would buy a standard D28, an OM28, and a triple O28 and have change. I was kind of thinking that too, because for that money, you could get an authentic, non-aged, and a HD28, and then have your two guitars, right? I would do that myself. I'm really interested to see who buys the D45 Mon Deluxe. BMO, Aaron, a big neck can always be reduced. I agree. I'm all about sanding those necks down now. You know that PRS Silver Sky SE has a beautiful guitar, but the neck's it's got like splotches on the back, like rough patches. I keep wanting to get some wire wool and rubber, but I don't want to be the one to do that. So I emailed PRS about it. They haven't replied yet. I'm a bit disappointed. I hope they do reply before I make my review. Yeah, so you're right. I've been thinking about, for that reason, I've been thinking about like sanding necks, buffing necks, and things like that. And I guess you could have, I mean, you could take an authentic to Nashville and have one of the top Nashville guys take that neck down, couldn't you?
Sure.
Have you ever done it, Maury? Have you ever made a fat neck smaller? Never done it?
Nope.
And that'd make a great video. I'm having my authentic sanded. What a great video. Mark Henry.
There's a good video out there. Are you familiar with my friend John Hall from Blues Creek Guitars?
You mentioned him to me before about having some issues done, so I don't know much about him. No.
Real quick story. I leaned my guitar up against a concrete bench, a sitting bench in the park, and it got a little chunk taken out of it. And while we were at Martin Fest, he saw that, and on the spot, he actually started working up a repair. Mike Dickinson, our friend from Martin, gave him some quick setting glue or whatever else he had to use. And there's a video of John fixing my Martin hours after it got damaged, and it came out really well. I'll find that video for you later.
Mark said, listen to a standard series compared to Mon Deluxe. I often prefer the standard. I do find them voiced very differently, and I do gravitate towards the standard myself. Just depends what you like. I just think some Martins just have more of a warmer vintage tone to me, and I prefer the more modern tone. That's why I'm wondering about the authentics though, because then when Maury played the authentic the other week, I really liked that tone. So, and with a lot of this stuff, you just have to compare them and listen to them. 0018, no kooky. Hey Lewis, hope you've been working out today. He keeps saying he's working out in the chat while he's watching the videos. Vic G says, assuming I had the money to spend, I like the authentic. But in actuality, those guitars are way out my price range. I mean, that is a real, like, sell 3 guitars and buy an authentic, isn't it? Mm-hmm. It is very pretty. So are you, Rosanna. Oh, Lee wants a D45 Mon Deluxe. Look out. We got 47 people in here. If we get 50 people in the chat, I'll tell you the announcement right now. Rosanna says, oh, okay, get a room, get out of here. Patsy Smith says, Lee, you are so Rome. Yeah, I think you mean romantic, don't you? Is that a new word on the street? Rome. Jim says, I'll have to take a pass on my Deluxe. I spent my mad guitar money and I'm waiting for custom Fairbanks F20, a 00 size short scale. Nice. Oh, you're talking about that, yeah. Come on, get out of here. I know Valentine's is coming up. Come on, get out, get out. How about a burst model, modern deluxe? I don't know, maybe in the future. In the future. Lewis says, I'm very excited and grateful for everything you do, Aaron. That's nice. We are getting very romantic and lovey-dovey in here, aren't we? Alex says, let's get back to guitars, please. I know we love our Martin guitars, but it's a bit confusing because the 0042 usually has a script logo headstock, but now they've put the torch on it and added the snowflake bridge inlay, making it a short scale OM42. 49 people here. Come on, get to 50. I'll do the announcement right now. I've had the D28LE Mon Deluxe on order since September 2020 in the UK. They say maybe end of January. Still have not heard. That's not bad, is it? September to January. 50! We screenshot that. All right, I'll do the announcement then. A deal's a deal. And we are getting on with the show anyway. We've got to do some paperwork for this big announcement. So, I think you're all going to absolutely love this. I'm really... forgive me for milking this, but this is huge. I am so excited. This is probably the biggest thing we've ever done. Well, you tell me in the chat if you agree. We've done something similar. I think Summer NAMM, you could say, was a big thing too. But we didn't really... We did a quick live stream there. We didn't really do like a huge project there together. The big announcement is... Let me just find the drum roll. Okay, are you ready? Everyone, please sit down and brace yourselves. No one got it, but next Monday, all being well, no more snowstorms or anything, so this is about 99% going to happen next Monday at 4 p.m. EST. We, that's Maury Rutsch of Maury's Music and Aaron Short of Aaron Short Music, are going to be doing our live stream as always from the Martin Museum. Now I want to see what they say. Now I have to wait for the chat, you see. If we were in the same room, everyone would say, "Oh wow, oh that's incredible." But as we're live, I now have to sit here and wait for the chats to come through. So I'm incredibly excited. Robert Getzel, who's been working on the museum, offered this a little while ago. We've been trying to find the right date to do it. And Jason is going to be there, who's the head of the museum and the archives. And our plan is we're still ironing out the details. We're open to any suggestions. Today on the stream, for the rest of the stream, I'm going to give you a list of guitars that are in the museum, and you're going to help us pick maybe 5 that we're going to get out, and I'm going to play. Maury will play them too. We're going to play them and tell you what we think of them. So someone mentioned vintage guitars. Well, this is probably the best place you can go to play a vintage guitar, right? So sure. Robert's going to talk about the museum. Jason's going to talk about the museum. We're going to play the guitars. We're going to be streaming from the museum. So please, we've got 50 people here this week, which is fantastic. Please invite people. Please let them know in all those forums and Martin groups on Facebook that we're doing this. I'll make the event probably after this show, like really soon. So you can take that link and you can share it around and invite people. There'll be a direct link to where the stream is going to be. And then let's try and get 100 people in here for that, because I think it's going to be absolutely awesome. Takes a lot of planning, takes a lot of work. We're going to drive up there. We've made some plans, of course. Like I said, it's 99% certain going to happen, and we have to figure out all the technical stuff. There's always the possibility of technical things with this. Even if there are any technical issues with this, we're still going to make the video and then put it up right away anyway. So whatever happens, but hopefully you're going to get a very good, high quality stream from the Martin Museum with Robert and Jason and the guitars that are in the museum. So I just can't wait. This is next Monday at 4 o'clock. I'm so excited. And let us know in the chat what you think. I'm going to quickly go through these comments so we can get to those comments. Colin loves the look of that one. D45. Lee says best way to get new guitars is to be nice to Rosanna. Rod owns a 2019 Mon Deluxe. I'm not that in love with it. Okay, it's beautiful to look at, but doesn't sound that great. My subjective opinion. Okay, Rod. Well, like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of the Mon Deluxe guitars myself. I haven't played the new ones. I haven't played the actual ones that much. The D18 I did like, but the couple of D28s I played, I prefer the standard series. Just check the 0018 Mon Deluxe. You can order with a Fishman Gold Plus Natural or a Fishman Matrix Infinity. What's the difference? That's a great question. I think they're basically the same pickup. The Gold Plus is what Fishman made just before they made the Infinity. And I like the Gold Plus. I think it sounds really good, and it doesn't have the controls. But with the Infinity, you can actually remove the controls as well. There's a dip switch in the preamp, so you can change that and remove the controls completely. Then they're very similar. I haven't compared them back to back, and I should probably ask Fishman what the exact difference is. The Gold Plus is obviously gold, the Matrix is red. They're not exactly the same, but I'd like to compare them. I'm sure they're going to be pretty close to, it's like comparing any two undersaddle pickups that's similar. Maury just compared the special pickup, the Bags element, with the Fishman Sonotone that a lot of people slam in forums. I thought they both basically sounded the same. I think the Bags one had a nice soft mid-range to it, but that was nothing more than an EQ cut. And the actual tone of the pickup I thought was really close. I think it'll be the same with these Fishmans as well. But I'll definitely ask Fishman that information next time I speak to them. Red Storm's got a special edition Grand Old Opry Martin. It uses Martin's vintage style original 1930s pattern bracing and the original vintage style dovetail neck joint. There we go. I'm all about that old stuff. I want the old stuff now. I want the authentic. Trellerism. I'm guessing the big announcement is that Maury's new building is ready. No, that one just that'll be going on for a long time. I don't think I'll ever see that happen. Will I, Maury? You've been telling me that since I met you 10 years ago.
We're going to be old men when it's ready enough that the pipes are starting to freeze. That's about it.
Has the move begun? No. Chris Martin will be joining us every Monday. Yeah, that's the thing. We're leaving the show, and Chris is going to be running the show. Is Aaron joining Martin versus Martin? No, but at one point I'm going to. I'm actually thinking about. I've got another idea I'm thinking about. It's just an idea still, Maury. You can now do like a stream on YouTube where you set up, like I have super chats on here where people can give money to support the channel. You can also do that where it goes to a charity. So I might ask you and Clayton and some others to come on here and do a joint thing for charity. And when people super chat on that one, that will go to the charity. So that's just something that I was thinking the other day. New Sentinel sniffer goodies. Unfortunately, no. I know I got to do it, but all this other stuff is taking priority at the moment. Lee is joining Martin versus Martin. Sorry, Lee, not yet. Zane, this guitar, love this guitar. Okay, everyone loves the look of the D45 Modern Deluxe. Congrats, Mark Johnson. I'm trying to get to the chats about our announcement. The chat isn't matching all the comments you're posting. That's because we have the two channels running. So that's why I put everything on the screen. So wherever you're watching from, Maury's Music or Aaron's channel, you're going to see the same chat. Zane says, hey guys, I always just say one more. Exactly. How many guitars is enough? One more. Infinity plus one. Big announcement, guest. Martin is making a limited edition model based on the Dreadnought Maury's holding right now. Well, that's not a Dreadnought. That's his OM28. It'd be nice to see one. Look at these spoil sports here. Can you hurry up and reveal the big news as I have to go and wash my hair? Which one, Brett? You get what you give here. Mark Henry, Yingling Bert is sponsoring Maury Fest. That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yingling beer.
Rosin loves unboxing videos. All my Martin unboxing videos have done really well for me. Some people say, I don't like those unboxing videos. Whenever I do them, I get thousands of views, so I'm going to keep doing them. Kooky says, the big announcement is a day change. Monday's show will be on Tuesday. No, that's not a big announcement. That would suck. Jim says, in my morning reverb feed, there's a gorgeous 1932 Martin OM18 shade top. Just have to cough up $43,000. Yeah, I'll keep dreaming. Alex says, the guitar store up the street from me has a D28 authentic 1931. I'm sure Maury could acquire one for you. Might have to wait a bit. Yeah, I might have to speak to Maury about ordering me a authentic. I don't even know if they're still making them right now at the factory because of everything that's going on. But maybe that's the way forward, to ask Maury to order one for me. Bimo says, Tommy, Zane says to Aaron and Maury, what is authentic means to you exactly? For me, so I'm rushing because I want to get to the comments about our announcement. For me, authentic means basically made the way it was back in the day. But they're not using Brazilian rosewood, of course. That would add another 10K. So for me, I've said this before, Zane, I'm completely aware that it's not an actual guitar from that time. And with that comes something else. It comes the stories and the life of that wood and that guitar. But for me, and where I'm at right now, a lot of the guitars I see, they've been refretted, new bridges, new saddles, new everything else. For me, some of those guitars are kind of half new anyway, and the kind of money they want for that is so far out of my range. The authentic to me means I can have something that gives me that experience. It's a bit like virtual reality, right? You get the experience, but it's not actually the real thing. That's a bad example because virtual reality is so far away from like real life right now. But with those guitars, I think they're going to get you pretty close. Now, who knows? Now we've made the announcement we're going to the museum. We could potentially play some old guitars, right?
We should. We better.
There we go. And the first guitar we'll pick to check out at the museum, I'll put a list on the screen. Actually, I'll do it right now. But before I do that, the first guitar they have there, which I'll be checking out, is the OM28 John Mayer prototype. They have the prototype of the OM28 John Mayer. So I'm going to play that guitar. You know, I could potentially even take my custom shop and compare them in the museum more and make a quick video. That's an idea.
You should.
Don't know if we have time, but that could be worth doing. That would get views too.
Time.
That would get views. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take so I've just compared that. I'm going to take the custom shop to the factory and compare it directly to that prototype. Okay, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to play that on the stream. That's my choice of guitar, of course. Not every day you get to play the prototype of the OM28 John Mayer. That's going to be awesome. Let me grab that list for you right now. Maury, just tell a joke while I get the list, okay?
I don't know how many young people are on the chat. I don't want to make it PG-13 too much, but let me think of a good one. I know a lot of good jokes that I can't finish, and a lot of bad jokes that.
I know. I don't want bad jokes. I don't want rude jokes either.
Well, that leaves out all the good ones.
Okay, here comes. Luckily, I've found it, so we're good. I'm going to paste this into the chat, and then I'll just read them out for you as well. And then Maury, you're going to pick one, okay?
Oh yeah.
Here it comes. I'm pasting this in on the Aaron Short Music channel. So I want you to tell me in the chat. Oh, sorry, it's made it all kind of weird formatting. Let me see if it works. I want you to tell me. Oh, it's too long. It's too many characters. No. Okay, I'll just read them out. So listen carefully. I'll bring it up on the screen as well. I want you to tell me which guitar you want us to check out. Just like nominate some, okay? Because there's so many. There's actually some more that are not even on here, like the John Mayer. But let's start with this. Let me just set this up 1 second. So mine is the John Mayer, definitely. And then Maury will pick one as well. And in the chat, let us know which you think we should definitely check out. Okay, so let me just share the screen here. Oh, I've got to change that. It's not working. I can't click it. I can't select pages as an option in. Okay, I have to read it out. Am I missing something here? Have I? Oh, I've
Can you
locked
show your
it.
desktop
I've
and
locked
put it on
it.
the desktop?
No, I locked it. That's why the scene is locked. Pages. There we go. Okay, this is it. So they have an 1834 Martin Stouffer, oldest known Martin guitar to exist. That's the first one. That's got to be on the list, right? 1834, oldest known Martin to exist. That might have to be. I need another choice though. 1843, Madame Digoni size 1. That was the first X-braced guitar. Interesting. 1927, the 217. And I'm not, I've still got a lot to learn about the history. And I'm sure I'll learn most of it next week, but I don't know, or at least some of it. I don't know what a lot of these guitars are. The Style 5 Daisy ukulele. A 1901 0042S. A 1926 0018. Signed by Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig.
Wow.
Please correct me if I say these names wrong. 1911 0045 CFM personal guitar, CFM the third. A 1929 Ditson. A 1930 OM45 Deluxe. Now, is that what the modern Deluxe neck is based off of?
Yep.
That'd be great to try that neck. 1931 D28, the first D28. I haven't got the comments yet about this. I hope people are as excited as me. I'm going to feel really silly. 1933 OM45 that survived World War II. A 1937 D28. A 1939 0042, which is the serial number directly after the one that Eric Clapton played on MTV Unplugged. That's cool. 1942 D45. Yeah, see. So that's going to be Brazilian, right, Maury? 1942 D45. Yeah. That's going to be like icon. You say you like D45. That should be incredible. 1942 0018 Leo Fender, the first experiment at electrifying a fretted instrument. So they have guitars with pickups as well. And I've been told they actually have a big box of the old pickup systems there. So I want to do a separate quick video up close about that for my channel, because that's exactly what I talk about. They've got some historical pickups in there.
That's right.
I definitely want to do that video too. But yeah, I didn't even know that. Leo Fender worked on the mark. I didn't know that. Did you know that? 0018 Leo Fender. I didn't know that. 1947 D18 owned by Hank Williams. 1971 D1235 owned by Judy Collins. 1880 040 owned by Joan Baez. 1946 D28 owned by Waylon Jennings. 1953 D18 Grandpa owned by Kurt Cobain. They've got the Kurt Cobain guitar. I've always wanted to play that. 1997 D42 Johnny Cash, played by Johnny while his personal guitar was being repaired. That's a D42. I thought that was a D35 Johnny Cash model. So it's not. It's a black D42, is it?
Wow.
I guess. I won't know till I get there. I haven't seen the picture yet. So that's cool. And I've seen the original Johnny Cash guitar. That's at the Nashville Museum. Tiny Tim Style O uke, played by Tim just before his death. And a Milestone guitar serial numbers. They've got the millionth guitar, 1.5, 2 million. They've got all those as well. So what do you want to check out? They also have the John Mayer prototype. That's my choice. Maury, which of those jumps out to you that you want to get on that stage for us to play?
Well, I thought it was funny how you just glossed over the millionth and a half, 2 millionth. They make so many guitars. I don't need to see that. But I have a really good anecdote for you. You talked about the 0042 that was one serial number away from the Clapton one that he played on the Unplugged.
Yeah.
I was there in the lobby the day they got that. I was doing something with, with the store, and my friend Mike Dickinson was there, and I think it was Ramin, and they brought it in. I think it was around the holidays, and they let me play it before they said anything, and I played it very carefully. And they said, "You know what you're holding?" And that's what they said. Somebody found it, and it is the guitar that's right before or right after the Clapton, and I wasn't sure they were actually taking it into the museum. It was just coming into the lobby. So I want to play that again.
Okay. So you want the 0042 directly after the model Eric Clapton played on Unplugged. 0042. So what was, just remind me then, what was the guitar he played on Unplugged? That was a 0042, because his signature is a 0028, right?
His signature is a 28 that has some things in common with that guitar. But
Okay.
that original was a 42.
So the guitar on MTV Unplugged is a 0042, and they have the one that was made directly after it. So it should be very similar.
Yeah, and I'm going to get to play that
Wow.
the second time.
Now I want to see that
So
too.
it's-
I want to play the riff from later on that. So there we go. So so yeah, what a great start. We got okay. So 2 of the 5 guitars then I'll send to Jason are the John Mayer prototype and the guitar one serial number after the one that Clapton played on Unplugged. We need about 3 more. So in the chat, which 3 would you like to see up close and personal on this live stream? Go ahead and vote. And everyone, so Kooky is shocked. Alex says, will we sit on the George bench they have in there? Which bench is he talking about? In the
You'll
museum?
see it. It's in the museum itself. It's we will.
Matthew says, sweet. Now, don't get me wrong. I've been there 4 or 5, 10, 15 million times before. I've done a personal tour of the museum. I always got so overwhelmed by the stuff in there and the history. But we're going to have the different experience. We're going to have the museum now, which is being changed around a little bit by Robert and Jason. And we're going to have them there to tell us, explain things as well. And I'm sure we'll hear some great stories there. Okay, great. I'm glad you're all excited. I was a bit concerned this wasn't going to be enough for you. I think this does. I don't think we overhyped this. I think this will be incredible. We're taking the cameras, we're taking everything, microphones. We're going to do it as well as we possibly can. Obviously, have to do a lot of preparation and practice this week to make sure it all goes smoothly. And with these on-location live streams, there's always a chance that it may not. But I'm really excited to try it. And like I said, if worst come to worst, we'll record something and play it later. But I don't see why it won't work. Fingers crossed, knock on wood. There we go.
Right.
Night at the museum. Should we call it that, Maury?
We're not allowed there past 6 o'clock, so no.
I know, they actually close at 5. So I might even try to get us to go live at maybe 3:30 or 2:15, just to get the sort of, the pleasantries out the way and say hi to people, because we basically have, they might let us go over a little bit, but we basically have an hour next week to really get down to business. So I'll see if we can start a bit earlier, and obviously it all depends how it goes and everything. But yeah, definitely be prepared for next week. We might start a bit earlier, and don't miss it. It's gonna be great. Sounds great, says Alex. Martin Museum, here I come, says Bart. Oh, this will be so cool, says Rosanna. Yeah, it's gonna be fantastic. Now that I'd like to see, says S. Willis. I think this could be the best episode yet. Lee's gonna take the day off work. This was great. I'm glad you're all as excited as I am. I really am pumped for this. Mark Johnson says, I think you should play the oldest guitar that they will let you play. Okay, so we got a vote for that. That would be the 1834, if they let us play it, because it's such an old guitar, and it's so rare. That's the oldest one that's known to exist. So we got a vote for the oldest guitar. Okay. Kooky, of course, wants the vintage 00018, because he's a big fan. I should make a note of this. So Mark Johnson, I got one vote for here. Kooky wants the... You only get one vote, Kooky. I'll put you... I know you want the 00018, so I'll put you down for that. And do you want the one that Leo Fender experimented with, the pickup? Because you're into pickups? Let's clarify that. I think that's the only one there, right? And then Jim says, my request is the 1946 00028. Ooh. Is that on here? Are you just... no, I don't see it. Have you just made it up, right? Or you, or you know it's there and it's not on my list. Not everything is on this list. This is just like the what Jason sent me. We might even get some special surprises on the day, Maury. I finally got to go there a few years ago, and none other than Dick Boak himself walked in to pull a guitar out of the case to show someone. Yeah, maybe a VIP. Well, there could be a VIP there next week. You never know with Martin. We might even run into someone.
That's right. Old
says maybe you can bring back a Martin sound hole and have a sound hole giveaway in 2 weeks. Oh, you mean the cutouts? Yeah, maybe.
Sure. Maybe.
We'll see how accommodating they are to us, Maury. Zane says, hey, Aaron and Maury, don't forget to send me one of the museum. Oh, come on. We don't get to bring them home. I'm lucky if they let me touch them. Tell us about the contest where you buy one of us all an expenses paid trip to be in the museum with you. Yeah. And one more thing. You're all coming. No. Sorry. Just me and Maury this one. Columbo's coming. Cholorism. So, is the only difference between the D42 Modern Deluxe and D45 Modern Deluxe the abalone inlay on the back and the snowflakes? Is it visual? Are there any other differences or upgrades apart from the visual obvious things?
They're so new, I have to really go back and revisit the specs, but I believe, don't forget the D45's got pearl on the back as well, and the 42 won't. It's mostly cosmetic.
Jack has played the pre-war D45 in the museum. Recommend it. Also had lunch in the museum before it was done. Okay, that's cool. So you want the pre-war D45? I should put these in order. Is it even on here?
Those are the days, Jack.
So what was it before a museum? I have no idea.
Oh, it was really, really different. There wasn't a museum at all. Well, when you walked in the building and you make a right, there was a really half a hallway's worth of maybe 10 guitars. A very, very afterthought kind of museum style thing. But I should find some old pictures of what I remember. And of course, there's guys that have been there long before me. But in the 90s and early 2000s, it was. I don't know that part of the building was even. That might have been an extension.
Is the Cash guitar there? No, I believe the actual Johnny Cash guitar, the black D35, is at the Johnny Cash Museum in Nashville, because I've seen it there. Yeah.
Do you still have that clip?
I tell you what, if I try and play it, it won't work, because Ecamm always loses my videos. I'm not going to try it. Jim says, or a 68 D45. And to me, the old torch inlay doesn't look right on a D. It's a beautiful theme on a slot head. On a D, it looks as overdone, just as 19-inch chrome spike wheels on a 55 Chevy. That's just my opinion. Okay. Hey, we're all entitled to our opinion. Yeah, you're right though. It's also on the other guitars as well, isn't it?
Make fun of my car.
You wish. The Bayers. Okay, got a couple of votes for that. Let me mark that one here.
Nice.
I need to research that. I don't know much about that. But yeah, 1880. Talk about vintage. I've wanted to do an episode on vintage guitars for a long time. What a great place to start, right?
Yeah.
Too bad Clayton can't join you. Maybe he can. If he's working and he finishes at 4, he could probably join us. So we'll see. We kept this a big secret because we were planning it and the date kept changing. We want to make sure it's going to work. There's a few people involved here. Make sure it works for everybody, obviously. And now we've got to get down to business and actually plan this thing and figure out make a checklist for all the gear we've got to take, right? Nazareth is on my bucket list. Can't wait for your show next Monday. It's going to be a good one, Roslyn. I can't wait. Patsy Smith's been to the museum and on the tour. Chalerism, whatever you do, don't bring Kurt Russell to the museum. Yeah.
Oh.
He might smash guitars. 18. Joan Baez, we've got 2 for that. Okay. Looks like that would be one of the guitars then. Maury's was the Clapton. So Maury. So we've got Maury on the Clapton. We've got Joan Baez and the oldest guitar to exist. And the Johnny Cash D42. We got one for that. I mean, that's so iconic, isn't it? Even if it's not a 35 and it's the one that he had while his guitar was being repaired, that's still really cool. I wanted to ask them, Maury, do they change the strings on these guitars? Because if Johnny Cash played the guitar and played those strings, don't they try to preserve the strings as well?
I'm sure they change them from time to time, but I don't know how often.
No, you can't change the original. I guess they take them off and keep them. 1942 0018 Leo Fender. We got another. I want to play that too because of the pickup. So we got 2 for that.
You're going to play them all off camera.
Well, yeah, but for this live stream, I thought we should have 5 on stage and go through them. We should do the intro and say what's happening there and explain our experience so far from the day, and then actually look at guitars. And then if you're in the chat, you can ask questions. Make sure you put the Q next week and ask a question. Feel free to super chat if you want to get our attention as well. If we get those pop up, I'll put those to the guys as well, and then we'll do like Q&A as well as playing the guitars. Stephen Still's Signature D is a popular choice. Is that on there? Like I said, not everything is on here. I mean, there's so much in that museum. There's a lot of stuff. Trust me, there's a lot of stuff that's not on here. I guess they don't have a list of everything, or he wanted to keep some surprises for me. I don't know. Whose collection is this? Or is this? This is the collection in the museum, but there's other stuff too. And then there's stuff they take out and rotate as well. So some of the ones you're mentioning may not be there right now. They might be like somewhere else. What question? What is a 29 Ditson 1? I have no idea. You have to tune in next week and ask the guys, and they'll tell you. And probably show it to you. Vic G, I'd be too afraid to play the 1834. What if it just collapsed in my hands? Because exactly, they may not let us play that one, but if they do, I'll happily play an open E major chord on that guitar. Oh, Maury, I'm considering ordering a custom M36 or 38 with torrefied spruce top. Do you prefer rosewood or mahogany back and side? Rosewood. I can answer that for him right now. And which spruce top to get? Addy versus others and why? Okay, so custom M36, 38. What would you get on the back and sides?
Rosewood, you're right. And I wonder if you're the one I'm going to cite, because I spoke to somebody this week about that very idea. So hi again, if that's you. I really remember liking the Adirondack M36 that we had very recently. I'm a Sitka guy as far as what I own, but I think I would, if I'm on the spot, I would say Sitka. I mean, I would say Adirondack and Rosewood for that, and it would be really, really good. Me
too. I would do Addy over Rosewood, but Addy over Mahogany is very nice. I like that too. But I like that on a Dread. For that size guitar, I would do the Rosewood definitely, and I would do the Addy top most likely. Yep. I might do Sitka. You did the comparison recently between Sitka and Addy, and I actually preferred the Sitka on that one. So that's really, I think Spoon has said before that the Addy takes longer to break in, and then that's really cool. So if you're willing to let it break in, if this is like a long-term thing, then I might go for Addy. But I do like Sitka as well. Bill says the 1933 OM45W World War II. Okay, got to vote for that.
Yeah.
And the Hank Williams. Didn't you have a vote already, Lisa? You only get one vote each, okay? The JB04, I might be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. JB040. Where's that? I wish why aren't these in order? I should have put them in order.
Joan Baez. That everybody wants.
Oh
that
yes. I'm really not familiar. I go. I'm so predictable. Go straight for the John Mayer. I need to do some research this week. It seems. Hank Williams D18. We're getting a few for that. I'll put 2 for that because Lisa wanted that as well. So it's starting to become clear what people are interested in. Guitars with Johnny Cash and Hank Williams DNA on them. Hard to get your head around that. I know. This is it. We maybe I undersold this. We're going to the Martin factory. Now, Maury goes there regularly to pick up guitars, of course. I've been there several times, but there's nothing like going to the factory. The old factory is down the road, but there's nothing like going to the Martin factory where they make these guitars and walk in there. They've got the gift shop, which will be open. We could even go live from the gift shop now, which help Aaron buy a t-shirt. We could do an extra bonus live stream, but we could do a live stream at like 2 o'clock to advertise, and I'll show you the t-shirt I'm going to buy for the stream. And then, and obviously, there's no factory tours right now, but you're in the factory. It's fantastic. And then we'll go to the museum where all these amazing old guitars are. So really cool stuff. 007, what's the list for? We are going next Monday, all being well, to the Martin Museum, and we're going to broadcast live from the museum, 007. I want everyone to be here, please. Let's make this a good one, because I'm so grateful. A lot of this was instigated by Robert. I became friends with Robert because Maury introduced me to Robert, and Robert's been on the channel a few times with his artwork, which is fantastic. He's also going to bring the scale models that he used to help design the museum, so we can take some. We'll try to get some B-roll too, because obviously we'll be doing a lot on that live stream. So we'll try to get some B-roll and photos that we can throw into the live stream as well. Definitely do that. And if we get extra B-roll, we can make additional videos for the channels as well, or we can show it the week after and reflect on the trip. That could be a cool way to follow it up, Maury. Perhaps we should do that. Any extra B-roll we get from that, we'll put in the show the week after that and talk about how it was playing those guitars. Because we'll be so rushed in that live stream. You know, we'll have questions. We'll be checking out the guitars. Then I won't go into too much detail. Like today, the time just flew. We're at 5:15 already. So I think the week after that, we should do the follow-up show. Definitely. And that's what we'll do. I'm still figuring it out in my brain as we go along here. The D8T, as you can tell, and I'm open to ideas as well. If anyone's got any cool ideas, send them over to the email address, because this is all a work in progress. What are your input in the chat as well? D18 by Kurt Cobain, owned by Kurt Cobain. That's really cool. I've always wanted to play one of them, so I've put a number 1 next to that. Roslyn says, how was it at Martin? Dan in New Jersey says a 1931 D28. Help me out, where is that? 1931, there we go. That's the first D28. That's a very cool guitar as well. Yeah. They're available to play next week at the museum. Now, to be fair, I haven't actually asked this question to them yet. There's always a chance they won't let me play them, because they've heard that I've dinged guitars in the past. But I think it's on the cards that we will. So, and if we do, we're going to mic it up and give you some demos of these guitars as well. It's going to be really cool. OM45 says Rosanna. OM45 survived World War One. Okay. It was great, Rosin. Had my photos taken with Chris Martin. Very cool. Old says, I wonder who owned the Ruth signature at the time they signed it. Martin Guitars or someone on... I can't remember. Covered it up. On someone else. Old, you can join us next week. You can ask Jason all these questions. Jason's really cool too. I saw Jason at Summer Nam when we were there, Maury. And he walked over and he said, oh, Aaron Short, yeah. You came to the factory and picked up a OM28 F1 Aura guitar. And I said, wow. That was 7 years ago. You remember that? And he said, yeah. I was really impressed. He remembered me picking that guitar up like it was yesterday. Yeah, it was great, Rosalind. Like, yeah, Thank you very much, Lisa. Poo Ninja wants a 00018 as well. That's so cool. The Leo Fender connection. I love that.
Yeah. The
grandpa guitar. Yep, that's so cool too. You know, I was talking about the price of a D45 Modern Deluxe earlier, Maury, and that's got nothing on these prices, right? These are priceless.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope this doesn't ruin me. I hope I don't play all these and I'm like, that's it. I'm selling everything and I'm buying a 1939 authentic original guitar. I'm selling everything I have. It was be me and that guitar.
There you go.
We'll see. That's going to be as interesting. As well as being there and getting information and showing the camera and talking with Jason and Robert, it'll also be interesting to see how I react to these guitars as well. You know, like how do I feel about my guitars after playing these ones?
Yeah.
I picked the Hank. I thought it belonged to Neil Young. I don't know. Did it?
I think for a time it did.
It may have done. That's cool too. He's had a lot of great guitars too. Charlie says, play something with an ivory bridge. I'm not that great with the history, but I imagine a lot of these old guitars will have ivory bridges, right? Or
Stouffer does, I think.
The saddle, yeah, because they're so old. Pooh Ninja, just like his dates, can't bring him home. He's lucky just to touch him. Oh, Pooh, you always got to lower the tone of my serious conversation. I'm curious what the World War Survivor sounds like. Okay. Oh, and also the OM45 Deluxe. Got to try that neck as well. I'll put a one there just to remind me. Can you do Zoom so we'll bring the... That'd be cool. Virtual reality. Me too. Oh, talk about a kid in the candy shop. No, it'll be two kids in a candy shop. Is it open to the public? It is open to the public, yes. The museum and the store are both open to the public right now.
Yep. Monday
John, good to see you here. I think we got a new friend here, John Schwartz. Good to see you. D18 Grandpa KC. D18 Grandpa. Yep, that's getting popular here. And if Aaron plays on the strings, will rust and tarnish within minutes. They will. If they're the Martin strings, they will, because that's what happened to me on that live stream Saturday. Like I said, though, I don't find it to be a problem. I use the Martin strings for many months and they're fine, but they do tarnish immediately when I visually, they tarnish. Visually. The new 012 28 Deluxe that they announced, can you get that with a shade top or is that a custom shop? No to both, right, Maury?
No to both right now, yeah. You couldn't do that at all.
The Joan Baez still has her set list taped to it. No way!
Yeah, I think I've heard that. Look at Aaron's face.
The Ditson is very tempting, but I think I have to stick to Hank. Do they have a guitar that the authentic guitars is modeled after in the museum? Like, could I play an actual one?
I think the 1937 D28 is probably that.
Where? Oh! Holy moly! So I can play an actual authentic in person? You know, I wish they had a modern one. I wish I could compare the modern to that. Oh, it's killing me. That would be for me. That's the ultimate comparison. The real thing to the Martin recreation of the modern time. Okay, I know it's not Brazilian, and I know it's not as old, but it is VTS. It'd be really interesting to see. Hank Williams D18. Okay, that's got a lot too. I shall go through these later, and I shall make a final list. I want to get everyone's input because I want you to be excited as well while we're live. Like, that's the guitar I've been waiting to see. Can we see it? Can we hear it? Make sure you sniff them all. Of course, I'll try to. Vintage Sniffer. That's my next T-shirt. Vintage Sniffer. Pooh Ninja. My vote is for the baseball 00018 from 26. So 26. You mean the 0018?
Does he mean Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig?
Where is that? No one's interested in the milestone guitars. I think, yeah, you mean the 00. Okay, yeah. Okay. Vote for the Ditson. Some people don't know what a Ditson is. So Ditson are the guitars that Martin made back in the day for the Ditson Company. You're going to have to read the history. Maybe as part of this show we can get like a very condensed history from Jason about Martin. Obviously, we don't want to spend the whole show just, I want to make the most of the Q&A. No, I'm just thinking, how do you optimize this? We need to play these guitars and we need to ask them questions that we can't normally ask. There's some really great books on the history of Martin. You could do your homework before next week. I should probably do that too. Rosalind says the Joan Baez, in an interview she said on CBS, she said she sent it for a repair, and when she got it back from Martin, someone wrote, "Oh, now all of her signature guitars have it." Really? I mean, you learn something every day. The 018, I got you, Pooh. Never thought I'd say that on a live stream. Lee K, OM45, and I'll keep the wife so one step closer to being another guitar. OM45. What, the deluxe? Okay, I want to try that neck. But that neck is different to the neck on the D45 Mon Deluxe, remember. That really confuses me with those Mon Deluxes, that the OM neck, the OM28 neck is different to the D28 neck and the other ones. Now, is that the case on these new models, Maury? Do all the Mon Deluxes have the same neck apart from the OM28, or do others have that OM28 neck?
They do have the same neck, and ironically, they're all based off of the OM45 Deluxe that you're going to play in the museum.
It's basically a very early version of a Dreadnought. Ask if you can build a guitar while you're there. I think building a guitar while I'm there would take more than a few hours, Pooh Ninja. Jim says, thanks. Sorry I couldn't help myself. I've got very little self-control. No, I'm just kidding. It's all good. Lewis says, Aaron, you're the best. Greatest of all time. He's called me a goat again. Scroll down. No, that's everything I got. Like I said, this is what they sent me. I'm sure there's other guitars there too. We might even get some surprises on the day, which would be great. Because as soon as I got this list, I was like, hang on, where's the John Mayer? So I emailed back. I said, I thought you had a John Mayer there. It's like, oh yeah, we do. I'm like, why is it not on the list? Come on. I mean, the sniffing smells good. And big news number 2. Aaron's going to have a Monday 3-hour special to play the entire list. I'd love to. I would love to. Like I said, this is going to be... I don't know if it's going to be an hour show. Maybe we can start it earlier and go a bit over time. I hope we have time to play all these. I think what we're going to do is get there early to do our setup. And then maybe when we do that, we can play a few things. And maybe as part of testing the setup, we can make some quick videos that we can then show the following week or for the channels or so. I don't know. I'm just going to try to maximize the day. Vic G, I believe based on the history of the Dreadnought video, the Ditson was the original Dreadnought. Yeah, I think so. And Lewis is smiling. So, I think that's basically wrapping it up. We had a very small announcement today of these new Modern Deluxe guitars. I mean, yeah, you know, I'll play a clip of that later on of some fingerstyle, but I mean, you know, that's very small news compared to this. Aaron and Maury at the factory checking out these authentic guitars in person. And I guess now the work begins. That was so much fun. And you have to forgive me because building up to that announcement that I made was so much fun for me. Maybe you could tell. I was on a real high with that. But now the work begins. Now we have to figure out what equipment we're taking, who's doing what cables we need, what cameras we need, how we're going to power everything. I'll make this list of guitars we'd like to check out up close if possible. We need to go there early and get set up and kind of soak it up ourselves and really check out what's there, what we want to talk about. And yeah, there's a lot of planning going to go into this now this week. So I really, really hope, I just want everyone to really try their best to be there next Monday. I know you usually are anyway, but please try to be here next Monday for that show. It means so much to us if we have some good numbers in the chat, and I'm sure that the guys in the museum will love it too. And try to think of some great questions as well that only they might know the answer to working in the museum. And let's maximize that as well. So yeah, how do you feel, Maury? Did I mute you or did you mute yourself? I think he muted himself. You're muted. You're on mute. There we go.
Oh, you'll never know what I was going to say now, will you?
He said,
I'm
no.
excited.
No, he said, no, I don't want to go.
Get me out of here. I can't wait. I'm at Martin all the time, and that has nothing to do with how great this is going to be next week. It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be a lot of work. I have to tell you right now on camera, I might be demoted to cameraman most of the day, so if you don't see my face a lot next Monday, I'm there, and I'm going to play a little bit, but we were talking off camera. I think it's going to be really technically tight, and if we try to put the camera on a tripod and act like this, that you're seeing now, I think it's going to leave a lot to chance. So you might not see much of me, but trust me, I'll be there and I'll be excited.
Well, I'll reveal the plan now in case anyone has some extra ideas. But what we thought so far is get there a bit earlier, look around, take some B-roll that we could throw into the stream, but not too much because I want to really get the most out of Robert and Jason and the guitars that we can. And so any extra B-roll we can show on the next week's episode, and we can also use for if we got a long B-roll, we can put up as a video on our channels as well. And then we're going to keep it focused on the stage. So we'll have Jason and Robert talk about what they've done there and what they've changed and their experience about working in the museum. We'll show the guitars, and I think that's going to be the focus of it. So Maury, I'm sure you can jump out from behind the camera and play some of the guitars as well once we got it all set up. I don't think that'll be a problem. But we're going to be limited to like a couple of microphones maybe. Honestly, we're still planning it. Because I've got the wireless mic, but I'm going to have basically, I'll have a mic and I'll have a handheld one that I can give to them to alternate between. And then I guess Maury will set up some mics for the guitars. And we'll run that into the laptop. We'll restream again. And then we'll have to make some scenes for this. I guess, again, mostly it'll just be a scene of the stage with us sitting there and talking. And then maybe a close-up of the guitar. I actually don't know. We're still planning it. We are still planning. We've got a lot to do. Aaron muted more. I didn't. I knew he'd go on mute because I couldn't hear any background noise. So I knew it was him. Aaron and Maury, if you could ask Jason and Rob to be a guest on your channel, that would be great for your channel. Well, Jason's going to be a guest next week on the live stream. But yeah, if all goes well, maybe he'll come on for a stream as well. Who knows? You know, the door's always open. Sometimes I forget, Maury, the great guests we've had on here, right? Skip Belts, and we had the custom shop on here. I'm going to forget someone. We had Chris Martin one time. we've had several people. We had Dick Boak. We had Clayton. Am I missing anyone? We've not had the new CEO. Well, I did ask him if he would come on at Summer NAMM, but I know he's really busy. I mean, there's always a chance as well that we might get an extra guest on stage. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. It's like I said. Yeah. That's our plan. Our plan is to go there, basically do our stream from there. The original idea was just to do the stream from there, just as a cool thing, like visual on location. But then to actually have access to these guitars and show them on the camera would be great if we could do that as well. And who knows, we might get a special guest pop in. I think there'll be a bit of off the cuff stuff as well. There's bound to be.
Oh, I'm sure.
And maybe we can snap a few little off the cuff videos as well. Perhaps we could do a quick walk around the store, and I'll show you what t-shirts I like. Yeah, who knows? We have to see like what time we get there and how we set things up, and if we get any technical issues. I mean, obviously our focus is getting set up and not blocking people's way, because it is still open to the public. We don't want to block it to anyone. We need to set up and be very clean and test everything and make sure when we go live at 4 o'clock that everything's going well. So you might see us do a test stream earlier in the day. You might see us go live a bit earlier that day. We could always start the stream early just to like do the introductions early and then look at the guitars for an hour. I don't know, it really depends what happens on the day as well. So Old says, Maury, do you know if any more new guitars are coming? Well, I tell you what, Olds, if he did, he would not tell you because he's not allowed to.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think they did pretty well. I'm surprised that we didn't get like an official video from Martin. Like, I'm surprised they didn't do like a live stream or have videos, because I feel like the announcement came on their website and press releases this year. And so obviously, Maury, you got the guitars and you did a lot of that demoing yourself. They had some small videos. I'm speaking ahead of myself. They did have some clips of people at the factory playing them. But they didn't do like a live stream and like PRS did, like, hey, here's our new model and this is what's about and stuff like that. So I think it's good though. They've released some cool stuff, and I think that the June NAMM show will be the one where we get something bigger, because that's the one that everyone's going to in person, right? So Vic G says, not wishing any bad luck, but if things don't work out, will you tell us on Facebook? Here's the thing, Vic, I don't mind you saying that, because even when we live stream like this, like my room right now is set up perfectly for this live stream. I have very good internet. There's still that risk it may not work. So let's just be clear. If for some reason there's another, like the weather or something, or one of us can't go and we have to reschedule, we'll just be here on the stream doing another show like this. So that, I know it'll be a complete anticlimax, but we'll still be here. The worst scenario is that we'll be there next week and there's a problem with the internet and we can't stream, or it's breaking up or something like that. In that instance, usually Ecamm Live records to the hard drive. So if it records to the hard drive, then we're okay, because we can we can still have that version and then upload it that night or next day, and you can watch the recorded version of it. I don't really see why there'll be a problem. Maury has tested the internet there, but obviously internet is a sporadic thing, right? You never know what's going to happen. So we're going to do.
You make a good point. We might be there, and if we don't have good internet to stream, we might not have good internet to tell you we don't have good internet to stream. So if you see this at 4 o'clock start and it just doesn't work, that means we're there, probably, right?
If you're friends with us if you follow us on social media, like Maury's Music, social media, yeah, he'll update you. We'll post a picture together anyway. You'll know that we're there. And if for some reason that it's not going to work or we go live, I mean, what will happen is we'll have a major problem and we'll just post, hey, we're not doing the stream anymore, and you'll see it on our, like on my YouTube channel, like there's a community section, so I can actually post there a message like we're not going live this week. We have to wait for the video. So whatever happens, you're going to know what's happening. And then the other thing is we could go live and start breaking up and going choppy. At that point, we'll end the stream and we'll just shoot the video, and then and then we can do it maybe even slightly better as well, because we'll be more in control, not going live. And then we'll edit that and put that up as an actual video the next day or something. So whatever happens, something is going to happen, and we'll definitely keep you up to date. So it's just really important thing. Subscribe to my channel, Aaron Short Music. Ring that bell, make sure you're getting notifications. Some people told me like they're not getting the email come through and the notification come through. So make sure when I go live, it actually tells you on your device like Aaron Short's gone live, and on your email like Aaron Short's gone live. Make sure that's all set up and working. And same with Maury's Music. Do the same with Maury's Music. Subscribe and ring the bell. Make sure everything's working. And then, as always, you'll be notified when we go live. And like I said, who knows? Maybe we'll even go live that day for a test run, something fun as well, just to like advertise the event. I definitely want to get people here. I want to make this really good, so it's good for us and Martin as well. So I'm going to make I'm going to try to make at least the flyer, and then please share that with people. And if you happen to be in a Facebook group this week and they're talking about the museum, please mention that we're doing a live stream from there. I'll post it as well. But if you could also tell people like they're doing a live stream from the museum, you should come and join us. We're a good community, have fun together. That would be great too. And yeah, try to think of some great questions. And at the very least, I hope my enthusiasm that day comes through when I play that John Mayer prototype.
Yeah.
Vic G says, great backup plans, true pro. I mean, that's all you can do with live streaming. We spent so long trying to get this down to a T, and I don't think, knock on wood again, we've had that many issues. But you see, with live streaming, you never know. Like a camera can just die. And it's like a gig, right? A guitar cable can die. You break a string. You never really know. But worst comes to worst, we're both going to have gear there. We can get something on film, and you can see it the next day. But I don't. Yep. I'm feeling pretty good about this. We've been doing this for a long time. Maury's tested the connection. I think there's 2 connections available. I think we're going to be good. So let's just keep all our fingers crossed.
I guarantee it.
Is your announcement you'll be giving away your Silver Sky SE? No, I like that guitar. I'm keeping it. But you can buy the other one off me if you can buy the American one I got. Super exciting, says Rosalind. Yes. Muddy Waters 1959 Martin 018E acoustic electric is supposed to be there. The one he used the folk singer. Lisa, you're blowing my mind here. Like, you're talking about more stuff. Great backup plans, true pros. Make a post on UMGF. Well, let me just be really straight with you right now. I'm just trying to say, and I say this every week, but I'll say it even more today. When I post it, I just feel like it's better if someone from the group posts it. I mean, I don't want everyone to go and flood all the groups with this, because it would be annoying, right? But yeah, okay. I think I will put a post in those places and ask the moderators if I can do it. But please, if you can sort of inject some enthusiasm as well. Like if you see me make a post, please put something like, love the Monday show, definitely going to be there. Everyone should check this out and subscribe to the channel. Something that's trying to back me up a little bit. Because otherwise I just feel like I'm spamming the groups all the time, with, hey, come and check out my channel. That'd be appreciated. And same with Maury as well, like word of mouth is so important for all this stuff.
Yep.
So I will do that, Alex. Yep. I'll make sure I'm not spamming, John Mayer did promotions playing Martin guitars, and they're on YouTube and John Mayer channel too. Cool, but not the new ones, right? I'm super excited, says Rosanna, and really looking forward to it. I thought you might be. Zane, thank you, Aaron and Maury. Really appreciate having a nice evening, everyone. Yes, you have a nice evening too. Oh no, Muddy Waters guitar is at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Museum. My bad. Okay. Well, if you find anything cool or any information that I should know about, again, feel free to email it to sayhi@aaronshortmusic.com, because, like I said, I'm just preparing and making notes, so anything you can tell me will be really helpful too. Lisa is really looking forward to next week. Awesome. So, that's it. What a great day. New Modern Deluxe guitars released. Maury's Music has videos of these guitars up for your enjoyment right now. I have a couple of Martin videos up this week myself. Please go and check them out. Let me know what you think of those. I have a cool week coming ahead. I've got Gear Chat on Wednesday at 1 o'clock. I've got the new, I haven't got a name for it yet, my lesson thing on Saturday at 1 o'clock. And then Sunday will be my concert at 4 o'clock. And then Monday will be at the museum. So it's crazy. Zane says, thanks everybody. And Rexomatic says, sounds like you're having a great time. Yeah, please tell your friends and family as well. Let's get a good crowd for this one. Maury, what's your schedule while you're planning for this momentous occasion?
All I'm going to do is plan for this occasion. I'm going to stop everything else all week.
Okay, great.
Tomorrow
all right, bye,
is
everyone.
the podcast. Yeah. The podcast is tomorrow. Wednesday is virtual tour. Thursday is Martin versus Martin. And somewhere in between tomorrow and Friday, I might try to get back to the factory to test that internet connection one more time, because they might have some new models on display in the lobby. And, of course, if they do, I've got to be there for it. So that's going to be a busy week.
I wonder if there'll be any new models there when I go there then. Will they still be there? Who knows? Possible. This could be we should just go there at 9 a.m. and just stream all day long. A 8-hour Martin guitar marathon live stream. Playing every guitar we get our hands on.
I think that's when I'm going to get there, just so everything goes right.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to have enough time. But then again, they say leave the audience wanting more. And who knows, if it goes really well and Martin are happy with it and we're happy with it, maybe we can do it again in the future. Because there seems no better way to do this than to do it from the factory itself, right? We've had Clayton outside there. It was great when he was there on the phone outside. Actually, yeah, Clayton went live, didn't he, outside the factory? It was fine. But he might have...
factory, though.
No, he did the other one too, right? I thought he did.
What? Wasn't it just the old factory?
I don't know. He might have Verizon too. He's not on T-Mobile like me. So... how long of a drive? It's about 2 hours. It's not too bad. So for Maury, it's less. I never forget the day I went there, and then we went on to Maury's as well. That was a bit of a drive from the East Coast. But anyway, let's go and start preparing, Maury. We've got a lot to do. I want to thank everyone for being here today. It was fun today having 50 people on the stream, and I hope that the announcement lived up to your expectations. I'm really, really excited. Send us any comments or ideas for the stream to sayhi@aaronshortmusic.com. And if you want to support what I'm doing here, I have the super chats are on next week. Feel free to use them. And I've got my Buy Me a Coffee link. You'll see on the screen coming up right now. Maury, thanks for your time. Thanks for the videos of the Modern Deluxe guitars. Thanks for helping me plan this trip next week. Thank you for offering to help do all the technical stuff with me as well, because there's a lot to plan. And if I don't speak to you before, or if I don't see you on a live stream before, Maury, I'll see you next Monday at the Martin Guitar Factory and the museum. So everyone stay tuned. In fact, go and follow us on Instagram and everything as well. Perhaps we'll post a few pictures that day as well. So go and subscribe to all our social media. All my social media everywhere is at Aaron Short Music on every platform. And I presume Maury's Music is on the social media, right? Maury's Music?
Yep, okay. Same thing.
So go subscribe, follow us. Tell your friends, please, 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 tell your friends about this. Let's make it a big one. So this is like, could be a one-off kind of opportunity. We're going to be live from the museum. So thank you so much. I'm going to play you the fingerstyle before we go, because Maury spent a lot of time making these videos over the weekend. In fact, I'm going to do that right now. And then once that finishes, I'm going to say goodbye, and we'll see you at the factory. Here we go. All right. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you at Martin.
Thanks,
Later.
guys.